Welcome back to Files from the Ashes channel. Today, we're examining one of the most complex and chilling figures of modern history, Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. A mathematical genius who turned to violence to push an anti-technology agenda, Kaczynski's story is filled with mystery, intellect, and tragedy. Who was Ted Kaczynski, and what drove him to live alone in the wilderness, launching a nearly 2-decade campaign of terror? Join us as we uncover the dark twists of this shocking story. Part 1. Childhood and Early Genius. Ted Kaczynski was born in 1942 in Chicago to a middle-class family. As a child, he was quiet, introverted, and exceptionally intelligent. Ted's IQ was recorded at 167, setting him apart even as a young boy. But his intelligence came with challenges. He often struggled to connect with his peers, feeling isolated and different. By the age of 16, Ted was accepted into Harvard University. While most teens were just beginning to find their way, Ted was diving into one of the most prestigious academic institutions in the world. Yet, Harvard was also where his life took a dark turn. Part 2. Harvard and the Mental Anguish. At Harvard, Kaczynski studied under the best minds, but his time there wasn't just about academic achievements. He became involved in a controversial psychological study led by Dr. Henry Murray, a former OSS member during World War II. This experiment subjected participants to extreme stress, mental probing, and even humiliation. This experience was reportedly traumatic for Kaczynski and is believed to have played a role in shaping his increasingly negative view of society. After graduating from Harvard, he went on to pursue a PhD in mathematics at the University of Michigan, where he excelled. But despite his success, something dark was brewing within him. Part 3. The Montana Cabin. Escape into Isolation. In 1969, Kaczynski abruptly resigned from his position as a professor at UC Berkeley. He was only 27 years old. Rejecting the comforts of modern life, he moved to an isolated cabin in Montana, living without electricity, running water, or contact with society. From his cabin, Ted spent his days foraging, hunting, and writing. His isolation allowed his anti-technology beliefs to deepen, leading him to see the modern world as a destructive force against human freedom and nature. Over the years, this view turned into a radicalized hatred of industrial society, a hatred that would soon turn violent. Part 4. The Unabomber's Deadly Campaign. In 1978, Ted Kaczynski sent his first homemade bomb hidden inside a package to Northwestern University. This act marked the beginning of his nearly 17-year-long bombing campaign, targeting universities, airlines, and individuals he viewed as symbols of the technological machine. The media quickly dubbed him the Unabomber, derived from his chosen targets, universities and airlines. Kaczynski meticulously crafted his bombs by hand, often using untraceable materials. His devices injured several people and ultimately led to the deaths of 3 individuals. Law enforcement struggled to track him, as his careful, isolated lifestyle left few traces. Part 5. The Manifesto and the Unabomber's Ideology. In 1995, Kaczynski made an unprecedented demand. He wrote a 35,000-word manifesto that he wanted published in major newspapers. Industrial society and its future criticized technology's impact on humanity, arguing that modern advancements eroded human freedom and individuality. His ideology resonated with some, yet horrified others. The FBI, hoping to catch him, agreed to the publication of his manifesto in the Washington Post and the New York Times. This decision would ultimately lead to his capture. Part 6. Capture and Legacy. After reading the manifesto, Kaczynski's brother, David, recognized the writing style and alerted the FBI, suspecting that his own brother might be the Unabomber. Following this lead, the FBI arrested Ted in April 1996, ending one of the longest manhunts in FBI history. Kaczynski was tried and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Today, he remained a controversial figure. Some see him as a disturbed individual who used terror to push his beliefs, while others see a man with an unsettling warning about technology's impact on human life. Ted Kaczynski's story leaves us with questions about the consequences of isolation, the power of ideology, and the dangers of extremism. It's a tale of genius overshadowed by violence and of one man's drastic measures to fight against a world he felt was losing its humanity. What do you think? Was Kaczynski simply a madman, or did his manifesto contain truths about our modern age? Thank you for joining us on this journey through the mind and actions of the Unabomber. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that dig deep into the strange and unsettling corners of reality.